Hello everyone. Today we will solve this question, and this question is taken from the Engineering Services Civil Engineering Paper 1 2026 examination. The Engineering Services is conducted by UPSC to recruit the engineers for the prestigious departments like CPWD, Indian Railways, BRO, MES, NHAI, Central Water Commission, and the other central government engineering organizations. And in the civil engineering, technical knowledge alone is not enough. An engineer is also responsible for the safety of workers and the construction sites, and the statistics across the construction industry show that the falls from height are among the leading causes of the serious injuries and fatalities. Okay, so therefore the safety while working at height is an essential topic for both the examination and the professional engineering practice. So today we will understand the various safety measures in a logical and practical way. Now, first, let us understand the meaning. Working at height means performing any work at a location where a person could fall from one level to another and suffer injury. For the example, like roof construction, bridge construction, high-rise buildings, and the water tanks, transmission towers, all these things, chimneys. Okay, so where is a possibility of falling, it is called the working at height. Okay, now imagine constructing the 50th floor of a skyscraper, and the concrete is strong, the steel is strong, the machines are powerful, but the most valuable asset on the site is the worker's life, and missing safety belt can undo months of engineering effort. So this is why the engineers say like safety is not an expense, it is an investment. Okay, now let us discuss the measures one by one. First, proper planning and risk assessment. Before the work begins, the engineer must identify the possible hazards, fall risk, weather conditions, safe assess routes, and the emergency producers. Okay. So, every high risk activity should be planned in advance, and good planning prevents the accidents before they occur. Second is use of personal protective equipment, PPE. Okay. Every worker should wear the safety helmet, full body safety harness, shock absorbing things, and the safety shoes with anti-slip soles and gloves and the reflective safety jackets, all these things. So a safety harness must always be attached to a strong anchorage point. Okay. So basically, PP is called the last line of defense. This is the first priority that is always to like remove or reduce the hazard. Okay, and PP protects the worker if the other controls failed. Third is safe scaffolding. Okay, now scaffolds should be designed properly, have the firm foundations, be adequately braced, and like include the guardrails and the toe boards, and be inspected regularly. And damaged scaffolding should never be used. Okay. Fourth, that is proper ladders. Ladders must be placed on the firm ground, be fixed securely, extend above the walking platform, and be used with the 3-point contact rule. Okay, 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand in contact. Okay, and workers should never overreach while standing on a ladder. So a ladder is one of the simplest tools on a site, but improper use can causes many accidents. And the safest ladder is not the newest one. It is the one that is correctly positioned and securely fixed. Okay. Fifth is like guard lines, girdles and safety nets. Wherever possible, provide the guardrails, handrails, and the toe boards and the safety nets below the work area. So this prevent workers and materials from falling. Okay. Sixth point. This is proper working platform. Platforms should be wide enough, dry and clean, free from loose materials, and strong enough to carry the expected load. And slippery surfaces should be avoided. Okay. Seventh is like weather precautions. Height work should be stopped during heavy rain, strong winds, thunderstorms, and the dense fog. Bad weather significantly increases the risk of falling. Okay. Eight is like training and supervision. Workers must receive the training on like safe work procedures, correct use of PPE, emergency rescue methods, and the hazard identification. So qualified supervisors should continuously monitor the work. Okay. Materials should be properly secured, never be thrown from the heights, be lifted using the cranes or hoist, and be stored away from the platform edges. Okay. 10th will be like electrical safety. Very important. Maintain the safe clearance from the overhead power lines and use the insulated tools when necessary, and avoid working near the electrical installations during the wet conditions. Okay. And emergency preparedness. Construction sites should have the first aid kits, rescue plans, emergency communication system, and the trained rescue personnel. And quick response can significantly reduce the injuries. Okay, so this was all about this question. Clear now?